Yo, what's going on, everyone? I'm back. I was on the road for a couple weeks, and now I'm back in San Francisco. Now, we're going to get right into it. I'm going to show you from scratch how to create an entire cold email campaign. We're going to be using my Blueprint Jobs data. This is for a friend of mine, Florian. I don't have really any context on this company, so you can kind of see how I think through the problem. And in this video, you're going to figure out how you should think about targeting, different ways to use ChatGPT to help with that targeting, some information on offers, and then how I craft an end-to-end campaign. I'm going to try to do this in 15 minutes or so, and hopefully this will be useful to you. And give me a call if you want to do something like this for your business. Let's dive right in. So I did a little bit of pre-work here, so you didn't have to watch ChatGPT chat. Just knocked something on my desk. So you didn't have to watch ChatGPT have a conversation. So I always start with ICP and buyer persona definition. I pasted in Barley, which is the company that Florian works for, and it defined the ICP and persona for this company, tech, global HR systems, et cetera, et cetera. Then what I did is, so this is the ICP for that company. Great. Now what I do here is I say, I want you to define a synthetic job of the perfect person they should target and just do it for one. Now I have my custom instructions to set to be very, very specific and short, etc. But it's like, no, I want you to override that and be super specific, right? Employee experience, compensation reviews, equitable pay. So you can see what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create keywords here in the job descriptions that would mean that they would care about what Barley does. And I'm doing this for a variety of their different job descriptions. So compensation manager, etc. And it gives me reasoning too. So this is really important. So it's like, hey, here's the exact reasoning. Then what I wanted to do is I need to be able to search in my database. And to do that, I want ChatGPT to give me a comma-separated list of ideal titles and keywords. Now, I had to fix this a little bit. So we're kind of at the end of the prep work that I've done here. So these are the job descriptions. So give me anyone that talks about compensation, total rewards, workflows, market rate, salary grade. And then these are all the titles that ChatGPT told me. So in this case, I looked at 180 days. So I looked kind of back in time here, and we found 4,100 jobs. Now, and just to give you an example of if we erase the titles, you can see that this number greatly expands, right? Wow, huge expansion. So there might be cases where we're actually targeting too narrow titles, but for the purposes of this exercise, I'm going to do this for all the titles. Now, this is Blueprint Intent here. We've got about 5 million jobs in the last 90 days. These are all the comma-separated list of titles here. So, and when we click search here, what this is doing is it's sorting an entire market's worth of data. So this job at FieldCore, look at this. Total rewards, like executive compensation, total reward strategy, like job evaluation. You can kind of see like executive compensation. So you can see this is like so specific. This has 22 of our ideal keywords. So really if Florian spends any amount of time on any particular company or job, this should be it, right? This job was open in April, so they're probably just getting out of this compensation. My guess is that it happens before the end of the year. We're going to do something really tricky at the end of the video, so stay tuned. So let's just go ahead and export this. Now, I want to talk about offers here. This is the one thing I haven't done in my last videos, and I'm going to do something a little sneaky. Now, I had thought about a variety of different offers. I'm going to just talk to you about some of the offers that I thought about for this company that really could kind of work for every company. I heard someone that did a really cool thing where they paid someone on Cameo, which is that celebrity site. So, like, can you identify what they're into based on their recent post and find some celebrity and send them a message? That'd be cool. I thought it'd be really neat to pay for a ticket to a conference so you can meet them in person. So if there's an industry event that you're going to, hey, we're a sponsor, we've got some extra tickets, like, would you want to come? This is a play from Eric Nowoslowski, which is like a kind of interesting general play, which is best restaurant in the city, and buy them a gift card. Talk about someone new that just joined and say, hey, would you like to send them a gift? oh, here are a few titles in my network of someone like, do you want an intro? Because we can programmatically determine the titles that their company sells to, we can enrich our current network, the network that we have, and say, these people might be relevant to you. So it's like kind of a crazy play, but that's something we can do at scale. A well-known speaker. So if there's someone in your industry that is super well-known, can you say, hey, this person's speaking, would you like to join? And then the other kind of crazy thing here is to look at who are people that have implemented Barley or have been thinking about compensation review that are well-known experts and say, hey, would you like to come and hear them speak? Now let's go ahead and download this data. Let's do sheets.new here. Now, one of the things you're not going to see here, but I will do this after the video. Jobs, let's drop the jobs. So this is the jobs file. So these are the 22 megs of jobs sorted by density of keywords. We probably will we'll pull in the companies too, replace current sheet. I don't know if you saw this trick, sheets.new or docs.new will just create a new doc. So you don't have to do much. All right, let's title this guy, jobs. Now, these are the posted at dates. So we've got the seniority of the person. How many? Almost 4,000 jobs. Now, remember, this is sorted by density of keywords. Now, one thing that I didn't talk about in my last video, which is really important, is at the company level, because the job level is interesting. The job level gives us some inclination of the time that the issue is important to a company, the company, which company to focus on, as well as the density of the problem. So notice that, so this field core is in oil and gas. We found 4 jobs, but across those 4 jobs, we found 86 total matches. So you can see, like, in this case, these are Abbott Foods, 13 roles, 32 mentions, right? So you can see there's both a wide variety of jobs and a density of keywords. And these are the sort of sum of keywords that matter here. Now, in past in past videos, what I did is I actually invented messaging for each of these pieces, right? So the way that Barley could do this is if they talk about executive compensation or job evaluation, total rewards, they may want to have specific messages for each of those things. So what I'm going to do here is I'm not actually going to implement this. I think there's a dumber way to make this work really well. But what I want to do is take all of these keywords and for each keyword, I want you to write focused messaging that Barley would use for each specific keyword. Spare no details. If you need more information, ask me. Okay. So basically, what I want to do is create a communication strategy that is actually based on each of the keywords. So this sucks, but you can see how this is actually where, I mean, I don't know enough about each of these keywords, so I probably wouldn't rely on ChatGPT here. This is where Florian should come in and have a conversation with ChatGPT to define what he wants to say. So maybe for total rewards, for example, they have a specific case study here. They have opinions about what people do wrong with total rewards. So this is where Wes Cow talks about this is your spiky point of view, right? So where do they have an opinion here that's like, oh, most people do financial planning like this, but here's like where it's really hard to do. This is just based on the website. So I could probably also cheat at this and paste in more portions of the website. Fair, retain top talent. Like it's not the worst. Okay, so now we have companies' jobs. Now I want to dive into messaging. So what we're actually going to do is I'm just going to write this. Now, this could be totally off. Hey, first, let's see. Welcome on board. All right, so one thing we haven't talked about yet, which is kind of crazy, is that I can match a closed job to a person. So this job closed. This job was on market for 92 days. It closed. Looks like about a month ago. I know the company. I know the title. And so what I can actually do is try to find this person in Georgia and Switzerland. And so we're going to write messages to these people. Now, they have been in their job for a variety of basically these last 180 days. So they're relatively newish to the role. Now, that's posted in the last 180 days, not necessarily closed in the last 180 days. So let's just do something interesting here and let's look at the last updated date. Okay, so this person took the job in March. Now, for a company of 51 to 250 with a job, and this is the oldest job that I have here, that took the job in March, they haven't been in the role for less than a year. So we're going to add this as a personalization token. It seems like you started your role in month. Hey. Congrats on joining the company in March. I think I found what was your job. Oh, it seems like on what might be your job description below. Person, full JD. That you're focused on. Okay. So what I would do now, I've got a little trick here up my sleeve. So we're going to upload a file, and we're just going to upload the jobs file. Okay, based on all... okay, I'm going to use this Whisper Sync here to talk to GPT. Can you now take those keywords and look at this job file, which has all the keywords that you mentioned? And I want you to, for each of the keyword buckets, which should be in the last... Actually, no, I should start this over. I did this wrong. I should upload the company data because yeah, I'm going to upload the company data. I usually do the job data because it's directly related to the person. But in this case, I'm going to do the company data, and I want it to summarize the keywords that we found. Remember, we looked at all of the keywords in the company, so which is R. So I'm going to have it write messages about R. Actually, maybe S. I'll do S. Great. Here is a list of companies with jobs that have been posted in the last 180 days. Column S are the unique keywords that you've identified above that have been found in their job descriptions. Now, what I want you to do is take each of those unique keywords, and I want you to write a summary sentence of the problems that they are struggling with based on the keywords found. Do that, and then give me the sentences in the chat. All right, so all I want to do is I wanted to write a little personalization token. Now, I don't have to do this because we already do this by default. Like, it seems like you're going to be focused on default group, but I wanted to show you kind of what's possible. Focused on figuring out. I think we can do this. Default group, total rewards. Yeah, I think this is okay. And financial planning. I have a list of over 1,000 people that have recently. I have a list of I know a handful of people in industry that have recently taken on a similar role and are responsible for solving these same problems. Would you be open to chatting with them? Perhaps you'll both have some insights to share. Okay, so this is an interesting message because what I'm doing here is I'm not pitching the company at all. I'm basically saying, hey, you've joined it this month. Like, I point out the job description. You're going to be focused on figuring out problem. Now, I think I'll do this at the company level because I know that I might actually say, yeah, I think I'll do this at the company level. And I know of a handful of people in their same industry that have recently taken on a similar role and a response for solving these same problems. Would you like? Do you think you'd benefit from having a conversation? I can intro. So this is kind of an interesting play because what I'm doing is I'm going out cold to these. I don't know how many people I'm going to find here, but there are how many companies? And there are 3,000 companies and 4,000 people. So we're going to maybe match half of these, let's say. So maybe we get 2,000 people. We get maybe 1,000 valid emails. So we're going to run this test and see if we can get people to reply and make introductions. All I'm trying to do is get a positive reply here and send people something that they will find ultra valuable. All right, well, we're at almost 17 minutes here. So finish the copy. We finished the targeting. We finished the companies. We finished the message. Here are some other like ideal offers. Yeah. So that's it. That's how I created a campaign from scratch here. You can totally do this too. Let me know if you would like to have conversations about this. I can show you this process, and maybe we can work together to build this for your company. My company sells the data to do this, and of course, you get to work with me to build out this campaign for yourself. And we just started matching jobs to people. So in our database, when you get an export, you're going to get the people that have taken these roles, which means that you're going to be able to target by the problems people have, when they have those problems, and which companies that you should focus on. It's kind of the holy grail in sales. We also are going to get the manager of that person, or going to attempt to. So we're going to, and this will work at mid-market companies. So even if the job is still open, we can say this is the person that person would report into. So we'll know both that you can target the individual after the job is closed, and if the job is open, you'll be able to target the direct manager, which means that you don't have to figure out exactly which titles that you generally sell to. You can actually get the titles of the people that are responsible for solving the exact problems that your product or service can solve. Thank you so much for watching. Boy, this video got a little bit out of hand. It's like about 4 minutes over, but I'm really grateful for you, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and a great September. Bye.